Guesses of what this car is? Any guesses of what this car is under the car cover here? This is actually my Porsche 993 Turbo. I actually have it here for winter storage, climate control, security, garage, and then I keep it plugged in on a battery tender so the battery is always nice and fresh. We got some snow in the forecast later tonight, so I'm going to take it out for a little drive, probably drive it for an hour or so, get the engine nice and warm, and then put it back here under cover in the climate control garage. Okay, so let's take it out for a spin. Alright guys, we are now in the 993 Turbo Porsche. Let's see, let me give you an update on this. I have, at the time of this filming, which is December 2016, 78,893 miles. So it's been driven. And I think that's why this car runs so well. I bought this car, I guess about 3 years ago, I think summer of 14. So maybe 2.5 years ago, and I bought it with about 75,000 miles on it. So I put, almost 4,000 miles on it in 2.5 years. These are not stock door panels. These are RS America door panels. If you look at the RS America 964s, they have these door panels. I did get the stock panels with the sale, so make sure you always get the stock parts with the sale of the car. This car also has PSS9 suspension, which basically is a Bilstein coilover suspension for Porsches. So now I think the latest that's out is PSS10. This car has PSS9 and makes a tremendous difference in handling. If you drive these 993s, one thing you'll notice, the regular 993s, the turbos, they all have kind of sloppy handling. This actually makes the handling fantastic, especially for a 1996 model year. The 993 turbos were only produced 2 years in the United States, 96 and 97. About 1,396 and about 797. So there were only 2,000 sold total. With a 20-year-old car, usually the rule of thumb is that probably about 60% of them are on the road. So there's probably about 1,400 left, and that's why these cars are so valuable. This is the first all-wheel drive turbo. It is the first one with 400 horsepower. The 930s, which came out in the late 70s here in the United States, that had all the that sell for the big money now, only have about 270 horsepower, where these cars are 400 horsepower. So 0 to 60 time, depending what car magazine you believe, I've never tested it, is magazines typically get with this car between 3.7 and 3.9 seconds to 60, which is tremendous for a car from the 90s. So figure a 90s NSX, like I had a 95, was about 5.7 seconds to 60. You know, stock Supra is about 5 seconds, RX-7 maybe 4.9. This car was in the high 3s, which was really amazing for that time period. And I just love the center tack here, very functional with Porsche. This speedometer, unlike later models, is actually legible. The other ones usually go up by about 25 miles an hour. I'm going to turn around because this road looks like salty and we don't want to drive in salt. The water temperature doesn't work here until you're, the oil pressure doesn't work here until you're stopped. Well, the oil pressure works, I'm sorry. The oil level doesn't work unless you're stopped and you drive for 20 minutes. You also have to check, the car, the oil with the engine running. So what you do is you drive around for 20 minutes and then you can check the oil. You pull out the real long dipstick in the back and check the oil that way with the engine running. And that's how it's done. So it looks like you have no oil, and it's a true dry sump. So I haven't driven this car in a while, since it's December. I probably put it away sometime in November, so I haven't driven in at least a month. And I can tell you that since it's a true dry sump, when you check, I should have went back this way. When you check with the dipstick, there'll be no oil in there because there's no oil pan. It's a true dry sump. And it's also air cooled, so there is no water pump. So only the fan cools the engine. And as you'll see, I'll try to show you later in the video, there are veins in the spoiler that actually direct airflow into the engine. In some of the earlier cars, and I think it even says in this owner's manual, you know, to cool the car off, get an open stretch of road and floor it, and it shoves enough air there to cool the car off. But I've been caught in traffic with this car. I've never had any cooling problems. I think it's the earlier 930s. But this car's got 400 foot-pounds of torque, 400 horsepower, a high 3 seconds 0 to 60 time, and it really is just a monster. And that's why these cars are so collectible today. I bought it years ago, like I said, 2.5 years ago when they were still cheap. I just thought that this was a car that had the chance. I didn't buy it as an investment, I bought it because I always wanted one. But I just thought these cars had a chance to appreciate. And this car's probably doubled. That's the brakes because I haven't used them in a while. This car is probably doubled in value since I bought it. So watch my video of how to drive your dream car for freight. And basically, if you buy a car that has potential to appreciate, that should cover all your running costs and insurance for that car. So this car is probably doubled since I've had it. Sorry, it's very noisy inside an air-cooled Porsche. Upshift. Try to make it a little quieter with the upshift. These cars have a lot of potential to appreciate. So this could cover, I could keep this car probably 10 years, and even the running costs for 10 years will be, will cover all my funds when I sell it. So I'll sell it, should get all my money back for what I paid for the car, what I paid for insurance, what I paid on maintenance. So that's why you have to buy cars that they don't make anymore. They're really, the formula for that is you got to buy them cash. They got to be stick shift cars, and they got to be cars that appreciate and that they don't make anymore. So, for example, there may be a 600 horsepower Z06 now, but it's not going to appreciate because they're still selling them, and there'll always be a new and a better Z06. Same thing for like a current 911 Turbo. The Turbo S now is great, but it's going to have dated technology with that dual clutch transmission. Even though it's 2016 technology, there'll be a better version next time around. That'll be faster with more horsepower. Plus they sell a lot of them, so they'll depreciate. For a car like this, as the years go on, there'll be less and less of them. A lot of these cars, maybe people can't afford to maintain them, and they're going to just get worse and worse, and that's not going to be a good one to buy. So a good one like this, you know, 100 may drop off a year. So say there's 1,400 left, next year it'll be 13. The year after it'll be 12. So it'll keep dropping, and then this car will be more and more valuable as you know, population grows. There'll be more and more buyers for this car, and less and less sellers. Thanks for watching my long-term review of my 993 Turbo. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like these videos, and be sure to share these videos so we can grow our channel. Thanks again for your support. We'll see you next time.